I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. They're going to go wrong, and other things are going to go wrong. You need to be your best, greatest, happiest, cutest, sweetest, bestest, the bestest ever. It wasn't like I was embarrassed, but it was very obvious that I was not prepared for what I had signed up for. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mariah, but I like to go by MJ Universe, and this channel is all about my brand, my caliber company. I just got a new camera and I don't know what I'm doing yet. I hope that's not entirely obvious. But anywho, I dedicated my brand, my caliber company to all of the children at heart, myself included, and I like to create art based off of nostalgic movies and games and TV shows. So recently I've expanded my line from just anime to things that are more Disney inspired, American cartoons, and I make figurines as well as keychains and other little knickknacks. So over the past year, I have had the privilege of selling all of my things at art markets, and I wanted to share a little bit of insight on everything that I've learned the past year because I've learned quite a bit. Also, I wrote some notes because I want to make sure I get to everything. So don't mind me. First thing I learned right away is that you will not sell every single market. You will not walk away with a ton of money. You will not walk away with a ton of customers, or things will not go amazingly or even great every single market. And that's just the truth of it. I would say, especially now in 2025, with the economy being weird, the world being on fire, like we don't even know what anyone's gonna say tomorrow. It's just not feasible for us to now expect for us to completely sell out or even make a profit or even sell one thing. That may just be a me thing, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's other people out there who don't sell at every single market and they just don't want to say. And that's fine, but this is just my truth. The second thing that I learned is that you don't have to spend a ton of money on your display, but it has to look exceptional, aesthetically pleasing, and it has to look just as good or even better than the products that you're selling. Because the first time that I started, I wish I had a picture of my first table ever back in LA at Angel City Market. I'm now in Chicago. I It's not that I was embarrassed about what I was, well, it wasn't like I was embarrassed, but it was very obvious that I was not prepared for what I had signed up for. And so with that, with each market, I got a little bit better and I enhanced my setup a little bit more. And even now, I feel like I could use, some tweaking here and there, but yeah, your display is very important. And like I said, you don't have to spend a bunch of money, but eventually you do have to make it look good if you want to attract people and make a profit. Along with your display looking good, you also have to look good. And I wish that I didn't have to say this. I wish that it wasn't true. I wish it didn't matter so much. But I mean, I spend so much time preparing to go to art markets because of what I make in particular. Like, I make figurines and I hand paint them, I hand sculpt them, I do the whole thing. So it takes me so much time to make these figurines, so that by the time that I actually get to the market, I don't care what I look like. Like, my stuff looks good as I can do it because I'm a one-woman show here. But yeah, I've noticed even with me just wearing, a basic outfit, it's clean, I'm put together at the very least. It's not like something fashionable or flashy or anything like that. I mean, I don't want to say that it deters people, but it definitely makes them look at me weird, and that's not necessarily a good thing if you want to bring people in. So I would recommend for you to have a really good looking display, like build up to it. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once, and also make sure that you look the part because people care about that stuff. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna say is going to sound super obvious, but if you were anything like me and you were an overachiever, but you also work like you work every single day. I mean, I've slowed down a lot now, but if you work a lot while you're preparing for art markets, please give yourself more than 2 weeks to prepare for it. And I mean, depending on what you sell, I would still say the same rule still applies, because like me, who is a crazy woman and will be making and preparing things like 2 days, the day before, the day of, don't judge me. You really do have to give yourself way more time than that, because I forget all the time that the actual market is a job. The actual market, you need to be your best, greatest, happiest, cutest, sweetest, bestest, the bestest ever. And if you're like always pushing yourself and trying to get as much as you can out of every single time, because I mean, you work, so you only have those little bit of hours when you get home and before you go to work. But even with all that, like, I would suggest maybe even to uh, sell less, not as many things. That's not really what you want to hear. That's not what I ever want to hear. But if you really want to impress people and make a sale eventually, I would say to not sell so many things. And if you feel yourself being pressured, or if you feel too much pressure from yourself to finish things off before the deadline of the market, just don't bother with it. Like, give yourself plenty of time to not stress out. You're gonna stress out anyway, but just give yourself time to stress out even less. And that brings me to my fourth point, which is your attitude is everything. Like what I was just saying before, you are going to spend so much time preparing. Like, I figured watching other people's vlogs and their preparation videos on YouTube, like, I kind of had an idea of it was going to be a lot of work. But specifically for what I do, which is making figurines, toys, things that I hand make and hand paint, I don't manufacture anything. I'm the manufacturer, okay? It is gonna take a lot of, it's gonna take a lot out of you, and that may or may not change, or it's gonna do something to your attitude, especially the day of the market. I feel like I'm always in the best mood when I go to these markets, the best mood I can be given my busy schedule. But I don't know, maybe for some people I might come across unapproachable. Maybe I come across a little mean. Maybe I come across, because I don't really talk to anybody at markets, maybe I come across, I don't know, negatively in some way. So, I mean, for me, it's kind of a give and take. Like, I'm not going to try super duper hard to get someone to buy something from me, but I'm also not gonna sit there and never say anything at all. It just work, feel the vibes, read the room, but remember that your attitude is everything. And even if you think you're in the best mood, maybe readjust, maybe think about what you look like when you're out there, and if you can find a way to make your mood better, like not do so much the day before, the day of, do that. And for my next point, I wanted to say that on top of my first point, which is you're not going to make a sale at every market, or you're not going to cash out every single time, basically, you should not expect for someone who comes up to your booth or your table to buy something from you. Now, I know that might sound weird for some people out there. Like, if someone's coming up to your table, that means they're interested, and you should be the one to get them even more interested and talk to them about your stuff and blah, 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 which is true. I do recommend you hype yourself up, hype your products up, hype whatever it is you're doing up, but you don't want to come across as that very old-fashioned salesperson that will not stop talking and will just be in your face and make you not want to be there. Because I don't know, personally for me, I don't like that. That makes me want to walk away, and I feel like that's for a lot of people, especially for introverts. So while you're talking to people, while they want to have small talk, I'm terrible at small talk, so I'm still working on this myself. But don't expect too much out of it. Like, just have fun. Think of it as an experience to meet someone new. Like, and you might get a sale out of it. Just remember to have fun. Okay, number 6, I really, 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 I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, okay? You can prepare all you want for these markets for something to not go wrong. You can bring everything, not forget anything. You can come in with the best attitude, you can do everything right. And the things that you think are that you've prevented from going wrong, they're going to go wrong. And other things are going to go wrong. That's just the nature of life. Like something is going to go wrong. So, for example, at a recent event that I did, it was a Shrek themed event. I spent so much time reworking my display, adding lights to it, adding this and that, and it was a whole thing for me. And I really thought that it was going to, people were going to love it, but I had new lights, so they were messing up on me. I have a new display that I made that kept falling over, like literally falling, and everything that was in the display was on the ground and had fallen open, and nothing broke, but things are going to go wrong. Oh, and at that market, I did not make a sale, and it was also Friday the 13th, so who knows if that had anything to do with it. But either way, it was an experience that I got to learn a lot from. I feel like I learned so much more from events that go wrong than that go right, because of course I can't prevent something from going wrong, but I can just reflect on it and go, oh, okay, that's why that happened, or maybe that's why that went that way, and rework it and try to come out with a try to end up with a new outcome later for the next one. But just because things go wrong, please do not let it stop you from not just markets, but just being a business in general, because that's the best way to learn things. The next point I want to make is in regards to customers and what they have to say to you. I want to say that in the beginning of my business as a whole, I struggled, and I know I'm not the only one that struggles with taking criticism and not taking it personally, because that's just how everybody is. But especially in your business, if people point out that something looks weird, something looks off, they don't like that, their face says it, they don't have to say it, please don't take that as a personal attack, but rather an opportunity for you to get better. So I want to say, for example, they're at that same, no, at a different event, I had a couple of guests come over and they were very like shocked and happy and excited to see my stuff, but there was a little bit of pushback, like people don't want to act like they like it all that much, so they don't come up, so that they think that I don't think that, they want to buy it. I don't mind. Do say whatever, like I'm here, I put myself in the situation, right? But there was one guy in particular who saw my Yusuke. Matter of fact, let me go get Yusuke. Hold on. Okay, so here's my Yusuke. Oh, there he is. See how he's kind of like, he's in the process of a spirit bomb, right? Yeah, we can see him, we can see him. I'm being a noob YouTuber, right? Okay, so people were loving, people were loving this guy. People generally like my things. They like to look at stuff and go, ooh, oh my gosh, it's that character. But with him, because he's missing the actual spirit bomb that comes out of his hand, the guy kind of looked at him and he goes, that's so funny. That's so funny that, he's pointing his finger like that. Is it funny, or are you just trying to be funny? Either way, I remembered that thought, and I'm gonna work on him now, and I'm gonna make sure that he gets his spirit bomb, like the actual, like the ball that is coming out of his finger. He's gonna get that now because of what that dude said. So I'm not sure if he was saying that to slow me down, make me feel bad. I have no clue, but thanks to you, Yusuke is gonna look like 20 times better after I'm done with him now. So thank you for the criticism, thank you for the suggestion, and just like that, you should take criticism like that too, and to just use it to get better so that people don't have anything to say when the time comes. My very last point, and it's not really an important point per se as the other ones, but I just wanted to say, because it can feel like you have to be up and at 'em all the time at these art markets. It is okay to sit down. It is okay to scroll on your phone a little bit. It is okay to relax, get some water, eat. It's okay to be yourself at these markets and just not feel like a salesy machine. I feel like for me, I'm always seeing people at markets, and maybe that's why, you know, I do the way I do at markets. I have no clue. We'll see in the next couple years, you know? But I want to feel like myself more than anything at these markets. I feel like if I'm trying way too hard to get someone to buy my stuff, I feel bad. Like, I don't want to feel like I am scamming people over with trying to persuade them so badly to get something. If you don't already want that in your heart with me displaying it the way I am, then that's okay. Like, you're not interested right now. And you might be later, but it's okay for right now. I just keep it pushing. So with all that in mind, like, please don't feel like you have to be in everybody's faces. It's okay to relax. It's okay to sit down. It's okay to just chill, because you need that, especially at a very stressful market where you're just hoping to sell something. So that is all of my tips, I guess, my advice for you if you're interested in selling your stuff at art markets. If you just like to know a little bit behind the scenes of what people do or what people experience at art markets, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that was pretty solidly some good tips. So thank y'all for watching. Please stay tuned for my next few videos. I'm starting this channel up with some cute stuff, so go ahead and subscribe. I will be posting Monday and Friday. Yes, Monday and Friday, so stay tuned for that. Click on the bell so you'll get notified when I upload, and I'll see y'all in the next one.